I'm just sitting here hollering at you. I ain't even gonna get too deep. I'm just gonna speak on hip hop, on rap. You know, I grew up my whole life with rap. I don't remember my music life without hip hop. I came along basically at the beginning, the inception of it. So it's been a part of my life since the very beginning. I like as I always do, and I support so many of the young spitters from Providence. I was so happy to see so many kids taking it, or young adults, young men and young women taking it to so many different levels. That so many of the great spitters of my generation. You know what I'm saying? And I was just so proud, and I was so proud to see so many good spitters from Upper South Providence also. That it really had me. But I was a little sad in a way, because I seen none of the spitters from my era. Because to be 100 with you, there's so much of the story of the city missing. If you ain't got no spitters from that came through the fires of the 90s of Providence, if you ain't got none of those dudes telling the story, you're missing so much. Because those are the dudes who came through the 80s, so they're giving you some of their 80s story through the 90s to the 2000s. I retired from the streets of Providence in the 2000s. Not long ago, from the 2000s, when, you know, it was a whole different culture and a whole different era. And you're not going to get none of that in some of the most talented young spitters from the city, because it's just a whole different era and culture. So that's why I was feeling good when I heard Soup Bone, because he's from that era. There was a special class of spitters, and it was great and refreshing to see that he still got it. And because I don't want my dudes to put an ageism on themselves. Don't let people push you out the way like, oh, you got old, or you're old, or you're this. Yo, listen. Don't listen to none of that bullshit. Do what you love. Because I'm telling you, if you saying you like rap, or you're saying you like hip hop, or you're saying you support local MCs, if you ain't fucking with, I'm saying me. If you, and my music is for free. You can stream it for free on your streaming service. You can watch it on YouTube. You can listen to it on SoundCloud. You can use it in your background music on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram. My music is floating around. You know what I'm saying? But if you're saying you like bars and you don't sit down, I'm not saying even blast it. I'm saying sit down and just vibe with it. Say, let me see what homie's saying. Let me see what Spiritual Outlaw is saying. Let me see what this dude is saying. And if you sit back and you kick back and you just vibe to and bop your head and check out the bars, you're gonna get took in on so many authentic journeys. So many real journeys coming from a certified, solidified man from the area that got a worldly experience. Because of course, if you listen to my music or you look at my pictures, you're gonna see that I'm from Providence, Rhode Island, but I grew up in different cities. You're gonna see so much of New York City. You're gonna see so much of the DFW in Texas, because I'm spread around. But you're gonna get so much deep, authentic Providence stories, because I was born there, I bled there, and I bled it there. You feel me? So if you ain't sitting back vibing to what I'm spitting, and all you're listening to is imaginary fantasy music, I don't know what to say. If you ain't got time to listen to the real. And I get it. I get that a lot of people just want to swag out and they ain't saying nothing. It's just a dope beat and they ain't saying nothing. There's a time that you got to listen to some music that at least challenges your thoughts, challenges your mind, makes you say, damn, how he put that double entendre, how he put that with that, how did he rhyme that with that. When you rap the way I rap, with all the words that I use and the vocabulary that I use, everything ain't gonna be rhymey. That's why it kills me when I hear all these people coming out talking about Tupac wasn't lyrical. What the fuck you mean Tupac wasn't lyrical? And no disrespect, they'll say Fabulous is lyrical and Tupac is not lyrical because Tupac might have not been rhyming in everything that he said. What the fuck I use niggas crazy? Shorty wanna be a thug ain't lyrical? When we ride for our enemies, Brenda got a baby ain't lyrical? They don't give a fuck about us ain't lyrical? I mean, so many, like, I don't get a motherfucker who can just swag and rhyme his words together. You say, oh, that's the greatest person. I'm saying there's room for him, but sometimes you gotta listen to something that is really going to be like, yo, that motherfucker just went there. And that's how we grew up. We was blown away by the most craziest lyrics, and especially coming through the 90s, it was all about saying the most grimiest, wildest, flipped out shit you can say and make it sound crazy. You had to have more than just swag. You needed substance. You needed more than just a vibe. You needed something that would sustain your mind, your thoughts, and your feelings. That's why a lot of music is microwavable, in that you probably can't even name a hit from 2 years ago. You probably can't name a hit from a year ago because it comes and goes and it mashes together and it all sounds the same. Now, once again, I'm not begging you motherfuckers for a motherfucking thing. What I'm saying is, if you're saying you like music, you're saying that you like rap music, and you're saying Spiritual Outlaw ain't in none of your spins, especially of local music, out of local artists, man, you fucking wildin'. Because trust me, my ears is to the street and I'm listening to it all. And motherfuckers ain't out spitting me. Oh yeah, he might got a little swag, he can shake his little tail feathers, you know, but it ain't filling you up. You ain't walking away with your mind challenged and your thoughts challenged and your soul's challenged and your spirit challenged. Sometimes you got to get away from that McDonald's and fuck around with some home cooked lyrics. Something that's going to fuck with your head about the streets, politics, women, religion, this, that, and the third. That's going to bring you all over the place. You feel me? I'm sitting here working on an erotic song. If you listen to my music, sometimes it's politics, sometimes it's street, sometimes it's dope games, sometimes it's heartbreak, sometimes it's love. You know, sometimes speaking about incarceration, addiction, kids being born into drug addicted families, struggling, poverty, trying to take care of your kids with limited funds, but you got all the love for them in the world. I'm all over the board with this. I got songs about all sorts of shit. So when it comes to this shit, like I said, I'm not begging. It's for free. And I'm dropping some shit and I'm getting love from England and I have friends from Africa, Middle East. I got all kind of famous people from around the world checking in on me on Instagram, this, that, and the third. I'm not tripping about paper. God has blessed me that I was always to stay above the tide so far. That I'm not sitting here saying, oh, I'm living on somebody's couch, or I'm here. No disrespect to anyone going to the struggle, but it's not like I'm sitting here begging for a record deal is what I'm saying. I'm taking care of myself. Anybody that knows, I always have. So you listen to me and I listen to a fucking bum or some nigga that's jackets all fucked up. Nah, my shit is spotless. You know what I mean? And I just think if you're listening to music and you're listening to hip hop and you ain't fucking with me, you're missing out. And if you're from Providence, you're missing out on one of the greatest lyricists, one of the greatest spitters from your city. song for song. Fuck the swag. Put the songs at the same volume, same level. Just kick back and vibe out, and see who's really saying something to you, and see who's really saying something real to you. See who's really kicking that shit, that real shit that you go through. So when you rap the way I rap and you're really saying something, it takes a special talent and a skill to rhyme big fucking words and vocabulary that's so expansive with street words, and put it together and make it sound like something. Yo, Spiritual Outlaw. If you ain't fucking with Spiritual Outlaw music, I don't know what to say about you and your bar listening. Maybe your mind can only handle hippity scabbing and all that shit, and you really can't fuck around and comprehend the true spitters. I want to salute the people who really love the craft. Because let's be 100. 9.8% of motherfuckers is never gonna get rich off the game. So whatever extra perks come from it, it's all welcome. But I do it out of the love. I do it just because I'm nice. That's why I do it. I do it because I get therapeutic from writing. It gives me peace to spit. And some of them loneliest training school nights, some of them loneliest ACI nights, you know, the little piece I did in Connecticut. You gotta listen to the story to hear the number real. One of the inventors, one of the originals, one of the inventors that brung it to life, one of the illest blocks and illest spots in the city that people still represent to this day. And I feel bad sometimes, and sometimes I feel sad about it. Because like, damn, you helped create something that kids is beefing, banging, that they're calling a gang. Because when we started, we was just hustlers. We just wanted to get to the bag. We wasn't worried about clapping niggas and getting shot. We just wanted bread. So I would like to believe what I went through was about chasing that motherfucking money. It wasn't about just busting a gun or getting shit. That shit is whack. It was about getting to that bread. Spiritual Outlaw. If you ain't fucking with them bars and you ain't fucking with them lyrics, I don't know what to say about your hip hop IQ. Fuck all the fame and all the fortune and all the popularity. Take it on yourself to say, know what? I'ma sit back. I'm in the mood for some hip hop, some local hip hop, because you should support guys that walk the same streets as you, women who took the same buses as you. You should give them a shot because they're from your hometown. I lived in multiple cities, and there's people who are listening to people that you would never fucking hear of, but they're giving them a shot and vibing and jamming their music because they ate at the same lunch table that they ate. You feel me? So, and I don't even like to say it, but I'm going to start tooting my horn a little more on this shit. Because I'm listening to bar for bar, and I'm fucking really listening, and I'm like, yo, some of my people in my city ain't fucking getting it. They are not fucking getting it. How the fuck homie in Iowa, homie in Florida, people of all races sometimes hit me like, oh shit homie, you can spit. Don't look at it as, oh, I ain't gonna listen to him. He from right here, there, whoop, whoop, whoop. Nah, you're missing the fuck out. You're missing, I don't give a fuck what MC you name in the city. Strip the motherfucking beats down and play the acapellas of each one and see who got the bar for bar motherfucking fire. And I love it. You know, and I give props and I click like and I say that's dope. I even share shit of people I never met before in my life. But because I love hip hop so much and I love that city so much and I want these cats to grow and blow. Sometimes do I get a disillusion because I know they have been influenced by so many outside influences that I'm like, damn, a lot of the music, I'm like, I don't think that's what Providence sounds like, because it sounds so much like over here or down there that I'm like, damn, a lot of it is missing some of the East Coast feel. Even some of the rhyme patterns and rhyme styles is not Eastern, it's hybrids of other places. But I still support and I still show that mad love. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see him grow and I want to see him shine. And there's a couple of young people, younger than me, that grown now in my family that I heard a couple of songs from that spit that I wish they kept spitting. Because I think they had a certain style, you know, because there's certain ways things that I can't do. There's people that's going to be nicer in certain ways. Art is subjective. I'm not saying everybody's going to like me. I'm not saying if you don't like my music, you should listen to it, because if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. Art is subjective. But I'm saying sit back, take all the bias out of it, preconceived notions, and say, know what? I'm going to listen to his catalog. I ain't going to blast it because I want to hear it. Sit back and just vibe and bop your head and give it a true listen. And then say, I like it or I don't. Because when people drop a project, I get that shit to listen. That's just me, because I truly love it. I don't got an ego like, yo, I can't listen to him because I be spitting. I tune in. Oh, homie, back on the scene, I'm going to see if I can find your work and listen to it, because that's inspiration. That's shit to make me say, oh shit, I got to come harder. I got to come better. So I'm on all the mixtape scenes and all that, listening to all the whatever it is that's coming out, and I'm still like a person that been writing as long as me. Out of 10 MCs, out of each 10, if you give me 10 different ones each time, I only find 2 in there. I'll be like, ooh, that motherfucker right there got me a little nerved up. That motherfucker's crazy. But the other 8, I'm blowing them out. Yo. Stay cool, yo. Spiritual Outlaw. Some of y'all know me as a different name.